And I think the first question you need to ask when you're working with Gen Pop clients is, what does Gen Pop mean to you? Are they 5 years removed from being a Division I athlete? Or are they Gen Pop because they haven't trained ever in their lives? Because those are two very different specimens of athletes, but they both can be considered Gen Pop. And I'm just here to tell you, even with those clients, if you train them generally and you work on the qualities of the human body desires, which is speed, strength, power, a little mobility in there, a little movement in there, and you make training fun, you're gonna get really good results. You don't have to dumb down your program in the sense of like changing up all your philosophies. You just have to meet that athlete where they're at. So instead of doing something like a back bend on the ground, we're like bending and just touching the spine, but it's the same movement categories of what we're trying to train in that athlete. Instead of loading up a barbell to 500 pounds, we're giving them a dumbbell and having them goblet squat, but we're still squatting, right? It's the same movement principles, it's the same movement philosophies, just regress to where that athlete is or where that Gen Pop client is. And again, it doesn't change because they're Gen Pop, it changes to meet them where they're at. And every Gen Pop client, just like every athlete, will be at different parts of their movement journey. And regressing their program and dumbing it down because they're just categorized in this random box of a Gen Pop person is silly. I think movements in athletic pursuit should be something that's ingrained in your life. And again, that doesn't mean you're trying to be a 1%er of a 1%er, but it means you're trying to become a 1%er of your own human potential on this planet. And I think downselling clients on that is just as scammy as upselling athletes on how specialized of a program they need. So we're still bending the spine. We're still sprinting. It's lifting some weights. It's pushing, it's pulling, it's hinging. Teaching the body how to jump and land. And it's keeping all these principles in a program with a simple regression-progression model that doesn't include taking all of this stuff out because now they're in a certain population of people that can no longer do these things. I think that's a silly approach that really doesn't get the athletes or the clients where they want to go. And I think the more you do fitness for something else, for the specific purpose of doing something else, the less motivation you actually have to do the fitness, just because people are not very good at connecting those two things. And you need to find a reason for them to do fitness for the reason of fitness while building up towards that goal. You take that away from the training, it just turns into more work, more delayed gratification for something, which is probably the rest of that client's life with their corporate jobs and the work that they have and the family that they have. And I think you're much better off just giving them a reason to train in the moment, and that's going to get them to where they want to go, and not dumbing it down to where they feel like it's work showing up and I'm working too so I can pick up my bag of groceries and feel good while I do so. That's just not a very good long-term motivational strategy for most clients, and I don't think you have to do it that way. I think you just need to regress and progress for these clients and meet them where they're at, just like you would any athlete that you're training. Let them tell you they're incapable of doing these movements and then adjust your program based off that. Don't do it preemptively for them.